Okay, there it is. I don't condone the use of alcohol, so therefore people under the age of 18 should never ever watch any of my videos, because I don't want to be responsible for your corruption. So I suffer from performance anxiety for these art videos. That's why I like doing the others, because I don't have to worry about anything. But here, when I'm making art, I freak out, because this is supposed to be my job, my career. A lot of people know that I'm an artist, and I have to perform, and it sucks. Okay, the pressure's on. So I'm working in black tonight. Okay. It's really, in light, it's a really dark gray. It's hard to explain. Black paint is not truly black, because you can see it. And it's affected by the white light. But it is pretty black. Okay. Do I even have any black paint in here? That is a good question. Did Bob Ross ever have these problems? I don't know. I got some black paint to come out. Ooh, a lot of it too. Too bad you missed that. It really oozed out. Oh, that was pretty sweet. Okay, so I have problems. Dang it. Oh, wait. I do have a Campbell's soup can. Oh, I just dropped it. So I wanted to do an homage to Andy Warhol. This is the new Campbell's unsalted tomato soup can. Wow, they didn't put salt in it. How noble. Well, I could bet that they put sugar. Let's see if I can find the ingredients. It's too dark in here. I need some light. The lighting sucks in here. Ingredients: tomato puree, water, tomato paste, water, wheat flour, sugar. That's what you taste, is the sugar in there. Contains less than 2% of potassium salt, so there is salt in there. Natural flavoring, citric acid, ascorbic acid, vitamin C, celery extract, well that's nice, garlic oil, contains wheat. So there is sugar in here and salt. What liars. 6 tomatoes in every can. Season to your taste. Yeah. I said I don't believe this crap anymore. They just all do that for legal reasons. To save their butts so they don't get sued. And I can't say I blame them. Well, I really unleashed a lot of black paint. So here's to you, Andy Warhol. I'll paint this black. Okay. So that'll be the first step. I like to do things in segments. Unfortunately, I'm just gonna let that dry. I wish I could be like a normal person. No, I don't. I don't want to be normal. That's a death sentence. Okay, before I get paint everywhere from the can, I'll just set it over there in the corner. It could dry. Here's an Old English can. Man, I have a lot of paint here. I'm gonna try and use it all before this video ends. Painted Black by the Rolling Stones. It's one of my favorite songs of all time. I really like that song. While the Beatles were all about joy, happiness, sunshine, and love, well, at least Paul was, the Rolling Stones were making songs like Painted Black. Okay. But, after doing research, if you put the Beatles against the Rolling Stones, who would win in a fist fight? That question has been raised. Well, the Rolling Stones were pussies except for Keith. You don't truck with Keith, because he will put his boot into your forehead. But the Beatles could probably beat up the Rolling Stones, because the Beatles were from Liverpool. Stones were from London, and they were kind of sissies, except for Keith. Okay. Keith could probably beat up all four Beatles, maybe. If John Lennon took Keith's cigarettes, I think Keith would probably have an issue. Okay. But generally, on a good day, the Beatles, being from Liverpool, could kick the asses of the Rolling Stones. Okay. Yeah, the Beatles grew up in a rough neighborhood. Okay, let's see. What else do I want to say? If you look into the history of Liverpool, where did the sailors from London go for a pleasant weekend? Oh my goodness. So I can't talk about this stuff on YouTube. But I will try and say that sailors from London could get dates in Liverpool. Okay, there you go. And the sailors would pay for the dates. And what dates they were. Okay. I have to make it seem like I'm talking to teenagers. I'm so edited here. I need a platform where I can unleash my fury. Must be frustrating for the South Park guys. Did you know they have lawyers and they have to ask them, what can and can't we do? It's cable television. So there's a lot of things they can do, and there are things they want to do and are about to do it, but they can't because the lawyers say, yeah, you can't do that. Okay. But I still love Matt and Trey. They are troopers. They had people in Hollywood tell them, well, you have a hit show, just don't work so hard and hire other people to continue on the show. If they had done that, the show would have only lasted another year or two. But they stayed true to their guns, and they're working class. So most people, if they want to make a living, well, you work. So that's the deal. Okay, now I've got this Jack Skellington painting, and I've got too big of a brush. Well, is it too big? Let's find out. That's what she said. Is it? Oh, see? Don't watch my channel. My brain is just so in the gutter. Okay. So I've got a big brush. And see how skinny the legs are? But with the big brush, look how good I'm doing it. This, just seeing what I'm doing right here with this 1-inch brush, but it's very narrow there. I used to use a lot of small brushes, and my art took forever to do. It still does. Okay, see how I flubbed up? That doesn't matter because you'll see later on when I do the background. So instead of messing with it, I just let it be alone. Okay. Doesn't matter. I'm adding texture. Okay. This is all coffee spills. Do I want to put black paint here? Well, I didn't plan on doing that. But since I'm here, I'll just put a little kind of stuff here. Inspiration is a difficult word. My art teacher, and I won't mention his name because he doesn't want me to, so I won't. And I don't blame him. Most people don't want to be associated with me on Facebook or anything on the web. I don't blame them. Okay. So my promise to myself was to paint in black and to make a proper art video because it's what I want to do with my life. And playing video games and phone games, it's all nice and well. But this is my real job, my vocation. And you know what? Art doesn't make itself. You have to make it. And I have made so much art in my life that it feels like a chore to me right now. And I do get joy out of it. And it's the same old song and dance, and I don't like Aerosmith that much anymore. I'm more interested in Rush than Aerosmith. So how can I find the joy out of making art anymore? I'm in a motel room. It's not a proper art studio. And I have to make a video in order for me to make art at all. I am so prolific when I get on a roll that any space that I'm in, I fill up really fast. And then it just looks like a big garbage heap to people, even though I'm making art. Okay. So the act of spreading paint around should be enough to get people to paint. All you have to do is see other people do it, and it makes you want to do it. Hey, that doesn't look too hard. See, my videos are filled with innuendo. I have to make myself laugh. If you had siblings like mine, you have to laugh. Well, otherwise they will drive you insane. Well, they do that. From the oldest to the youngest, most of them drive me crazy. Which probably explains why I got into art in the first place. Well, if you're a musician, you make noise, and the noise is always going to bother someone. And in my situation, I just wanted to be silent, because my life is a living nightmare, and it still is to this day. I had nightmares waking up at 7 or 8 in the morning. And it's been haunting me all day. Okay. I was at my friend's house in Bountiful, Utah. And there were worms crawling on my skin, and I woke up in terror. The thought of worms comes from this nightmare game called Cozy Town. They promised to pay me money for playing their game, and you have to deworm the crops, and I've done that so many times that worms appeared in my dreams. So yeah, I probably need a therapist, don't you think? Jackson Pollock was an alcoholic. He needed a therapist. So, why am I doing that? Okay. Thank you, it says on the pizza box. Okay. And I was hoping to be a great artist by now. Other people could do it. Why couldn't I? Well, I guess my artwork was never good enough. Or no one took me seriously. Well, I did get a scholarship, but by the end of that, just no one took me seriously. It's like I had to prove myself all over again. It was really hard. Oh. Okay, that's what happens. And now, how can I put black paint on that drawing down there? Oh, see? Hot and ready. I am surrounded by innuendo. See, I can't make this up. I hope this is the thumbnail. Sometimes if you hold something like this Steady. Oh, see, here we go again. If you hold a pizza box that says hot and ready, and you hold it really steady. Oh, see? That's why I will be banned from YouTube soon. Okay. Fun, fun, fun. So I have a drawing board, but how can I paint that piece of paper? That's a good question. Okay. So that box is in the drawing area. How can I do something with this? So I will photograph this page, put it up on Instagram. Conan's hair needs to be painted black. So I do have this cardboard from the back of the drawing pad. Okay. Okay, I can do this. Just put a little black paint on Conan. Now, see, this is a serious issue because in the Conan books, Conan always is mentioned as having black hair, and then you get Arnold Schwarzenegger showing up with brown hair. So it just makes you wonder if those guys really paid much attention to the books, or if it even mattered to them. Hollywood does its own things. Maybe they thought it would have looked bad if Arnold had black hair. And there's also another thing I'm upset about with that movie is they present Conan as a slave. No, he was not a slave. They just did that for the movie. They just made it up. And they went against the history of Conan and just, oh, we'll just do it this way. Maybe they did it for budgetary reasons. It's a little misguided. What they did get right was it was rated R. And what they got wrong with the second one is they made it PG because they thought it would sell more tickets. And that was a huge mistake. The whole idea of Conan the Barbarian is sword, sorcery, and scantily clad babes. Boy, did they screw up on that one. A family-friendly Conan. You know, a guy with a sword killing enemies is not family-friendly. People are out of their minds. Should have made the second one rated R2. What a mistake. Another mistake is that they've never made a King Conan movie with Arnold. And he wanted to do it, but there's so many copyright issues that they couldn't do it. Okay. Thanks, Hollywood. You have not made the movie I wanted to see. Great. Arnold really wanted to do that movie too. Okay, so there's the Batman painting. Lest I forget, See, ideas just come to me. So, this thing started as an Adam West thing, especially with the cowl, the mask, and then the cape goes over it. Okay. See how that chin thing, you can just put a little paint there, cleans that up. So I'm making this one up out of my head. So okay. And then every video when I paint, I keep saying there's no such thing as mistakes. Okay. So I don't know what I'm doing. I have a lot of muscle memory from drawing and painting so much. So I'm a trained artist. So even if I've had a few, my body still knows what to do. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. And look at that. What a change. Okay. And I'll leave a little thick paint there, and that'll dry for next time. Okay. It's looking pretty bad, apple. So, my teacher, Olga Seam, from LA City College, she always told me that I thought too much. It annoyed me. She's probably dead by now. There's no way that woman could still be alive. I wasn't even crazy about her art, but she was a good teacher. Okay. I have a lot of black paint, and here's a black canvas. Okay. So traditionally, you just want to do a thin layer. When you're starting out a canvas. There's no reason to go thick. Man. Teachers drilled that into my head so much. Because I would just put thick paint on. Well, there's nothing wrong with what I was doing. I mean, I saw a lot of abstract expressionist paint. Well, I knew about the glory of thick paint. You know, that looks kind of cool. So, I had plans to paint the whole canvas black, but